What up friends, today I want us to compare loose and tight watercolor paintings. What up friends, Liron here. Thank you for joining me in another video. As I said, today I want to take a look at some of the most recent work I've been working on, some of the recent paintings, and compare that loose approach with some older stuff that I did more in a tight way, and just talk about the differences between them as I perceive them so far. I won't try and explain exactly the difference between the two approaches because it's something I don't feel like I'm good enough at. I really want to be able to gain more experience, but I do want to show you some of the differences in the way I approach different things, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to change the angle and we'll take a look at some paintings. Okay, so I'm just going to start out with one work that I consider tight or not so loose. I'm really pleased with it, and I want to give you on purpose an example of work I am pleased with, like this one. Of course, a lot of things have been simplified here, like the background here, you can see some of the shadows, maybe the details here on the lamp, but overall this is a relatively detailed work. So this is just one example of that. As opposed to maybe the newer stuff that you also saw some of these, you saw this one, and there's barely any real quote-unquote details here, but you can still get the vibe and the atmosphere. And I think one thing I haven't really mentioned enough is that not only do I look for the looser style, but also for the atmospheric and mood style, okay, to convey something. Let me give you another example of loose painting that many of you have seen. I did this one on location. You can see again, not a lot of details, very loose again, the way I worked with the paint, and also the way I shaded this. It's all very free and fun and quick. I want to show you another recent one. This one, I don't remember if you saw it or not. If you haven't, you will see it soon. And you can see here a lot of abstraction going on here. So this is what I really start to like. So if we move on to something that I consider a little more tight, let's say, like this one, when I look at this, I'm really not pleased with what it looks like. And let me even hold it up for you a bit to see better. I just felt like I was so literal with the way I pronounced things, the way I communicated them. Look at all those small details, which is okay. Details aren't bad by themselves. It's just apparently not what I look for too much, okay? So you just can see all of those details, and all of the washes feel to me like they're very split up from one another. They aren't merged enough, which isn't necessarily true only for loose paintings, but still I feel like when I go looser, it just comes more naturally to me. So let's look at this one. Again, another one that I really like, but still feels very tight, like I was following all of the things I saw in the reference. I wasn't really bringing enough of myself in there, except for the color selection, which I think I did a good job with, and I did bring some originality with me. You can see here the cars, should have probably dropped them off. If I would have thought about making this looser, I would have probably ignored a lot of the noises that I put in here. So here we have another example of one that's, and I really like this one. Still feels like all of the details are a little too pronounced. There isn't, definitely not enough atmosphere or mood. I think it does feel a little shiny, I guess, or happy, which is good. But I don't know, it feels to me like it's not exactly what I want. I don't have a good explanation for why I want what I want. I just know to explain what I enjoy. Okay, so let's now look maybe at another loose example. I don't remember if I showed you this one. I really like the way it turned out. And again, not an awful lot of details, but this is good. Your mind is left with the interpretation, what it sees. I think there's a lot of clever touches with this one. I think the way the shadows are casting from the building, from the tree, the way the cars are sort of blurred and not too strong, the building here in the background, that curb. all of the details of the building, and you see the windows are literally just lines, but you can still feel the depth, especially here. You have all the bleeding into the sky, it doesn't really matter. There's parts where the orange is really, really strong and comes through. So yeah, this one is an example of what I really am trying to achieve here. Let me show you two more that you're familiar with. You saw these two, I believe, that are basically the same version, the different version of the same view. I think this one has a really good atmosphere and abstraction. And we have also this one that I don't think I ever showed here. Also very, very abstract and just not too much attention to the details. I also have this one. You can see here that I think the light works really well here, and all the rest is crap, but still. And if you look at this one, it's a little more literal. You see, I'm really following the reference. I'm not doing too much of interpretation of myself for all of the details. So in conclusion, what I'm trying to say with this video is that I can produce beautiful paintings, I think, like this one, that are a little more literal, but what I do aspire to achieve are works like this, that are a little more interpretational, or like the second version of this one, which turned out a little more well-balanced, I think. So anyway, yeah, you can see what I mean, hopefully. By the way, this area is much prettier than this one, in my opinion. Should have totally lost that edge. But anyway, yeah. So this is basically what I'm talking about, that I want to achieve in my new style. What you saw here are works from like the week and a half maybe. So there's a long way to go. It's something I'm still learning, and hopefully we can see this trajectory going on in a favorable direction. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let's change the angle and wrap up the video. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this comparison, and I hope it gives you a better idea of what I'm trying to achieve, where I'm at and where I'm headed. You can probably understand my view right now on both types of paintings and where I lean towards, and what I really want to see in my own work, and it's just the type of work that I enjoy seeing by other artists, and so this is just the natural trajectory I decided to take. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, and I will see you again in another video tomorrow.